to me, that's important.
Absolutely. And that's going to bring us back to a topic later because I do want to talk with how you work about how you work with your employees, but we'll get there. So I think it's absolutely amazing. I'm going to just go ahead and throw that out there. With what you've done with your employees, with the sale of the Mavericks, I saw what you're doing even after that, not washing your hands with it because you're still very involved, but to give back to people who's helped build these businesses. I talk about that all the time. So we'll get into that. But so in 2000, after selling broadcast.com in 99, you then go on and you buy the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
When you bought the Dallas Mavericks in 2000, did you think like you look up 24 years later and that you'd be selling that thing for $3.5 billion, or was it more fun for you?
No, it was all about fun. It wasn't like I'm going to buy this thing. Look, I'm the luckiest motherfucker in the world, right? To come where I come from, and then all of a sudden to have a B, multiple B's next to your name, I never
Mhm.
imagined that, right? And so, my dad did upholstery and cars, and his thing was always about you only have so much time on this earth, and you better enjoy it, right?
Mhm.
And that's what I tried to do. My motivation always, yeah, I wanted to get paid, but I wanted to get paid so I can control my own time, right?
Yes.
Until I got an iWatch, the day I sold Micro Solutions, I took off my watch and said, I'm never going to wear a watch again because I never want to be on anybody else's time. I wanted
Wow.
everybody else to have to work to my time, right?
Mhm.
And so that to me, like when I bought the Mavs, that was the thing, right? I was 40, 41 years old. I
Mhm.
would play pickup 3, 4, 5 times a week. So the idea of going and getting up shots with Nash and Dirk and Finley, and getting into little runs every time and not completely embarrassing myself back then, right? I mean, that was like a dream. And so,
Yeah.
and like negotiating that deal, I didn't even negotiate. I was just like, yes, whatever,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And it was done. I walked in, changed some things up, and just, it was a ride. But honestly, I never thought I would sell it at all. But, the world changes.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's been incredible to watch what you were able to do with that franchise. Like, I remember growing up as a young kid and like the Dallas Mavericks being the laughing stock of the NBA. Very similar to how the Warriors were
Well, for sure.
when we like
Yeah.
being the laughing stock, and to watch that and you draft Dirk, and well, you didn't draft Dirk,
Yeah.
but you kept Dirk, and
Yeah.
but to have Dirk and the guys that y'all had coming through there and to watch you build up the Dallas Mavericks into what they've become, it's absolutely amazing. How
Yeah.
how
It made it easy, though, obviously.
yeah. Well, I mean, but here's the thing though. You take over the team in 99, y'all don't win the championship until 2011. To stick
Yeah.
with Dirk for 12 years, that says a lot about you though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, he was my guy, no matter what, thick or thin, right?
Mhm.
And some this game is hard, right? And it
Mhm.
takes a lot of luck, right?
Mhm. Yes, it
You want,
does.
and the story like Monte or Steph, right? Who you going
Yeah.
to take, right?
Yeah.
For Bogey, and so you try not to, I let Nash go. I mean, I might have had as many rings as you if I don't, if I
Mhm.
make a different decision there. And so, sticking with Dirk wasn't hard, but trying to figure it all out, it's always hard. And the game
Yeah.
changes every single year. Right now the teams are so much more talented. You could ride one horse, two horses back then, right? And
Yes.
there's two guys on the court that couldn't shoot, one defender, one rebounder, just a different game. And one guy could get you 50 wins in the season. It's
Mhm.
not like that anymore, but all the way through, you have to adapt and try to figure it out. But Dirk was just kind of a cornerstone that just made it easy.
Absolutely. I got a lot of respect for Dirk, and we'll get more into that. But I know you watch everything, and not only do you watch everything, you know way more than any of us knows. But in watching what Steve Ballmer is doing with the new arena and how he's trying to cater to fans, what is one of the changes that you would make to the in-game basketball experience for fans? Like you being a huge fan yourself, but being in it, what's the one change that you'd make to better the experience for fans in the new arena?
Well, I mean, Steve, it's great. Like Steve talks about the bathrooms, right? Because he wants to get people back into their seats because if they're not in their seats, they can't be cheering. If they're not
Mhm.
making noise, because that six man is the real thing,
Yes, it
right?
is.
So that energy, people don't like. When I got to the NBA, I used to give them shit all the time because the top spots, David, Adam, and down, they were all lawyers. So I used to say
Yeah.
NBA nothing but attorneys, right? And they, and I would give them shit. I'm like, dude, you don't even know what business we're in. You think we're in
Mhm.
the basketball business. You want to hear sneakers squeaking because that's what they did in 1956. I'm like, when you go to a game, you feel that energy that is unlike anything else you can get. You can't get that watching in front of a television, right? You
Yes.
can't get that when you feel that energy, and you feel it when you walk on the court, right? Even
Absolutely.
even like the worst matchups, right? There
Mhm.
is an energy there, and the fans feel it.